G'day and welcome back to another Tree Styler video. This video sits somewhere between a private collection and a bonsai nursery. Enjoy the trees at Matsu-en Bonsai with the owner Wade Hinrichsen, who I found to be very, very knowledgeable and just a great guy to talk about bonsai. Let's go. Alright, have a look at this Juniper squamata. Now, the top of that tree I'm looking at is just above my eye height, and I'm a massive 5'10". So look at this. Amazing, amazing. Pretty much all the way down to the ground. Tell us about this one.
Chinese Juniper squamata.
Yep.
Probably around 30 years age. I've been styling it for 25 years plus.
Okay.
Certainly in need of a prune right now, but you know.
Yeah, it's got really healthy, nice thick foliage. This growing out there. Yeah, that's amazing, mate. Amazing.
Yeah, it looks really good when it's trimmed out. But,
yep.
You know, you'd spend a good day doing that.
Yeah, definitely.
I should pull my finger out and do it actually.
And coming back this way, try and get this tree in the shot.
Japanese white pine. Again, I'd say close to 45 years old. It was originally grafted, of course, with the graft just a blip right there.
Yep.
Yep. Again, something that I've styled repeatedly.
To be honest, I don't have a Japanese white pine in my collection. Always intrigues me a new species when you look at them, and it always scares me because it's all a bit unknown. Look at that beautiful tree. Like I said, the graft, it's not bulging like above the graft.
No, it's a very good graft.
Yeah, so it's tapering, which is nice. And sorry, the age of this one again?
About 45 years old.
So you've got some old trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that, and it's in a really big pot. How often would you repot something like that?
I always check them at least every second year.
Okay.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Obviously, better if you get a mate.
Yeah, definitely.
A bit easier.
Yeah, I've got a couple of trees that I definitely need a mate to come around and help me with, because they're just, well, they're big and heavy, and I just don't want to damage them in any way. Yeah. You know, you put so much time and effort into a tree, you don't want to waste it. Okay, here I can tell we've got a Japanese black pine coming out of the bin. Just in that mix, beautiful trunk line coming down. Look at those needles. And tell us some more about this.
Well, I decided about 20 years ago I wanted to experiment and do some cascade black pines. I just didn't see many of them, either semi-cascade or a full cascade black pine. So I did about 50 of these.
Okay.
And wired them obviously down over the side of the pot at the time.
Yep.
And this particular one I grew a little bit fond of. It was something different. The
yeah,
others
definitely.
I sold systematically off over time.
Okay.
But you can see the sacrifice branch to your left.
This is the sacrifice branch here.
Right at the end. So yeah, a lot of that will be kept. But yeah, that's the main bit that will be removed in time.
Yes.
When it's got a lot more strength.
Yep. That's amazing. That movement. Could picture that hanging off the mountainside in Japan.
That's right.
100%. What's the age on this one?
It's probably about 25 years old.
Yeah, just coming up over the top. And while I'm here, I'll talk about what mix you've got this in. I can see a bit of scoria.
Yes, that's right. I usually use just a good quality potting mix with a bit of scoria and perlite.
Okay.
It gets very, very hot here, unlike the Highlands and Canberra. So I find you're forever watering if you've got it in full akadama or something similar here. It's just too hot.
Just for people overseas, I know a lot of viewers in the US, east coast of Australia, just south of Sydney, and climate can get very hot, but we still get adequate rainfall to keep everything pumping, growing nicely. Very nice, mate. Japanese red pine. I can tell from the label, but also looking at it, but I'm also looking at the movement in this trunk. Have a look at that. It's going for a closer look. And I see using the cable ties, and that's something that I did on one of my trees as an experiment.
I find them very, very useful, obviously cheap.
Yep.
But it's something that you can obviously adjust. I wired this about a year ago rather intensely.
Yep.
And then obviously I've removed the wire and I'll let it grow freely for another year. But I just gave it a little tweak with cable ties. As I said, you can adjust them at any time.
Yeah. Yeah, I find they work really well for holding as you have just the branch in that position, and like I said, you can easily zip them up, cheap, and allows you to get that good movement in the tree. How old's this one?
Oh, I'd say about 25 years old from memory.
25 years old, yeah. Japanese red pine. Is this part of your father's collection?
No, this is something that I've grown from seed actually.
Okay, wow. I know come across times where people say they have very old bonsais, but they're often not touched or maintained, and yeah, it's good to see someone who's working on them actively. Yeah. Okay, Wade, tell us about this tree.
So again, this is a very old juniper. It's called the variety's called Daviarica, and it actually came from John Emery, originally over in Jasper's Brush.
Okay.
And I styled it back in the early 90s, and I've stuck with the same sort of theme with it. It's a very interesting tree because it actually has two different types of foliage. It has a soft foliage and sort of a prickly foliage. You can see it here. And actually, part of it looks somewhat like a Shimpaku juniper, but it's actually obviously not.
Yeah.
But yeah, very old tree.
Very old. It's got some size to it, that trunk.
Yep.
What's the age of this one, sorry?
It'd be 50 plus.
Look at that.
Old.
50 plus juniper. How long have you been doing bonsai?
33 years now.
Wow. Currently raining, but that's okay. It's good for the trees.
It is.
Wonderful. Look at that foliage. I just can't move past this trunk. I'm trying to get the best angle for that. It's awesome. Alright, I'll take a photo of that because that looks awesome. Here we have a Shimpaku juniper. Tell us some more.
Yeah, this one is one of my father's original collection. Looking at 45.
45 years old. Yep. Very nice.
Always been in a pot, never grown in ground. Been styled and restyled a lot of times over the years, but yeah, pretty happy with it.
It's something I'm coming to realise is the repetitive nature of the work for a bonsai. Like, you can work it and then it's fine for a while, the branches are set, foliage is good, but then it grows. But it also allows, well, for me, it's allowed me to get better at the techniques for bonsai. And I'm no expert, but it's good to learn from that repetitive nature. And
this is actually a customer's tree. He bought it to me about a year ago. It was struggling a little bit and had never been styled. Obviously had a really, really good movement in it, but I just simplified it a fair bit. And yeah, it's one of those trees that, you know, typically bonsai have a front and a back, but being in a round pot, it's something that you can appreciate just about at any angle.
Okay, could you just give me a spin around?
Sure.
And that way I can capture, like you said, if it's in a round pot, oh yeah, that highlights the movement. Right there in that trunk, that's awesome. Good light, good colour at the moment. So it's a customer's tree.
Yep.
Very nice. The age of this one?
Be 35.
35 years old. Awesome. Really nice, mate. I really like your work.
Thank you.
Where's it from? Age and...
That particular tree is probably 55 years old. It's a juniper of a type. We're still not actually sure what variety it actually is. But when my father purchased it in the 80s, and a customer friend bought it off us, and actually it's had it for a number of years. He's getting pretty old now, so it's come back to me, and I styled it for the first time about a year ago. It had never been styled.
Okay.
Changed the angle of it.
Yep.
It was sitting in the pot dead straight, and I tilted it to the right, which obviously gave it a lot more movement.
So you tilted the tree that way?
Over to the right.
Okay.
But yeah, very old tree. But I'm not sure on the variety of it.
Okay, let's have a closer look.
Got a definite. Anyone wants to shout out in the comments, they know what it is.
Yeah.
You can see this bit here. So,
yeah, okay. And this, you said, you mentioned your old man? What was his name?
Yeah, Roger Henriksen.
And he's known for, well, did have a bonsai nursery near here?
Yeah, Canberra Bonsai, yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'll go around the back, have a quick squeeze. Just having a closer look. These are all in the process of being grafted. So Japanese white pine being grafted with Japanese black pine over the top. I'm going to focus in on one in a second. Here, you can just see, there was another one that Wade showed me earlier. Here, this one. So this is what he's doing with the grafts. He's running them, he's channeling the groove out here, and then running the graft into the branch. Got some good results. There's lots of successful ones happening right here. So I can tell he knows what he's doing. Awesome. So Wade is actually with a customer now, so I'm walking around the nursery just doing some short vids. First up, I'm just highlighting this juniper, which I thought was a very, very nice tree. Also highlighting the cable ties being used in this position as well. Next up is Japanese black pine. It was a bit hard to get to this one. I don't have too much information on it. Maybe he'll comment down below. But I did get a couple of photos also from Facebook, which shows the tree from the other side as well. And then just running along the benches, lots and lots of seedlings, maples, pines. So just goes to show how very good at bonsai that Wade is, and it shows his knowledge and experience. I hope you've enjoyed this. One more thing, check out this garden. Absolutely bombed, stacked, luscious, full of maples, pines, children. Look at this. Amazing foliage, maples, colours, I don't even know what type they are. Absolutely beautiful. That's where I came from. We've got maples, some others, some pines, lots of different styles, black pine, more maples, weaving my way through. Absolutely amazing yard. Some people would absolutely hate this, but truly amazing. Some white pine there, maples, standard. The leaves on these are absolutely beautiful. And then through there, a network of yumminess. Probably not the best description, but anyway, you get what I mean.